Folks, today I am presenting the 11th episode of Basics of Medical Science. And in this episode, I shall be covering the integumentary system. So, what is the integumentary system? Let me describe it first. And the skin and its accessory structure that make up the integumentary system. They provide the covering and the protection to the human body and responsible for the overall protection. Skin is made up of multiple layers of cells. The deeper layer of the skin has the numeral blood vessels. Deeper layer of the skin also has sensory as well as autonomic nerve fibers and ensuring communication to and from the brain. Now, the skin is composed of two main layers, and these layers are dermis and epidermis. There is another layer which is called hypodermis, and it is directly below the dermis and connects to the underlying fibrous tissue of bone and muscles. Now, let us first understand the epidermis. Epi means outermost, derma means skin. Thereby, epidermis is the outermost layer, and epidermis is composed of keratinized, stratified, and squamous epithelium. Let me define all these three terms. Keratinized. Keratinized means it contains keratin, which is a kind of protein. Stratified means there are multiple, and squamous means the flat. So these are contains epithelial, they are made up of epithelial cell, which is keratinized, stratified, and squamous epithelium. These are made up of the four layers, and these layers are from the deep to the superficial, the stratum basale, stratum spinosum, stratum granulosum, and stratum corneum. Now, in the epidermis cell, all the layers except the stratum basale are called or they are keratinocytes. The keratinocytes are the cell that manufactures and stores protein. Keratin is a protein that gives hair, skin, nail their hardness and water resistant properties. Now, stratum basale contains the Merkel cells. They act as a receptor and responsible for stimulating the sensory nerve. As a result, the brain perceives the touch, pressure, and temperature and pain. The melanocytes are also found in this layer, and melanin gives hair and skin its color and also helps protect the living cell from the ultraviolet rays. Now, the dermis layer, it contains blood, lymphatic vessels, nerve, and other structures such as hair follicles, sweat glands, and the dermis layer is made up of two layers of the connective tissue that are connected to an interconnected mesh of elastin and collagenous fiber. Now, hypodermis is a layer which is below the dermis. Hypo means below. So it serves to connect the skin, and hypodermis consists of well vascularized loose areolar connective tissue and adipose tissue, which function as a mode of fat storage and provide insulation as well as the cushioning. Now let us see the function of the skin, and the overall function of the skin and its accessory structure to perform the variety of functions such as protection. Protection of the body from the invasion of the microorganism, chemical, environmental factor, and it further prevents the dehydration. The skin also acts as a sensory organ and modulates the body temperature, electrolyte balance, and it is the site for the synthesis of the vitamin D. And if you look into the protection function of the skin protects the body from the wind, water, ultraviolet rays of sunlight, and it also acts as a protective layer against the water loss due to the presence of the layer of the keratin and glycolipids in the stratum corneum. Now, there is another function which is very important, that is sensory function. The skin acts as a sense organ because the epidermis, dermis and hypodermis contains specialized sensory nerve structure that detect the touch, pressure, temperature and pain. They transmit the information to the central nervous system, which then respond by activating the skeletal muscles. Another important function of the skin is the thermoregulation. The sympathetic nervous system monitors the body temperature and initiates the appropriate motor response, like sweat gland releases water, salt and substance to cool the body if the temperature is high. Then the vitamin D synthesis. In the presence of sunlight, 7-dehydrocholesterol in our skin that gets converted to cholecalciferol. And like any new molecule in our body, the liver then converts the cholecalciferol to 25-hydroxycholecalciferol by adding 1 hydroxyl ion. Then this 25-hydroxycholecalciferol is further converted to 125-dihydroxycholecalciferol as kidney add 1 more hydroxyl ion, and it is the active form of vitamin D3, which is known as calcitriol, which helps in the absorption of the calcium from the intestine. Now coming to the common diseases, there are many common diseases that affect the integumentary system. However, we are discussing over here 3 main common diseases. One is dermatitis. Now dermatitis, it's a general term for the skin inflammation. With dermatitis, skin typically looks dry, swollen, red, and it is not a contagious disease. Erysipelas, it is a bacterial skin infection involving the upper dermis that extends into the cutaneous lymphatics. There is another disease which is very common in the skin condition, which is known as the candidiasis, and candidiasis happens due to the overgrowth of the candida, a type of fungal infection in the skin. So these are all about the integumentary system, its anatomy as well as its function, physiology. You have any question or any suggestion, you can reach me at abhijitdas61@gmail.com. Signing out till we meet in the next episode.